Okay, welcome back to Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. First the knife mix-up, and now the major. This should be interesting. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knelt away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The head detective of criminal affairs didn't even design him until this year. That would mean it didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, it does may not begin cross-examination. Stop! Please, don't pursue this any further! Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair! But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? To Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Well, with that outburst of her, I guess we are getting to a secret. As always, I'll place everything. I'm not leaving any room for doubt anymore. When you say that man, I assume you're referring to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you... I panicked and... oh, wait. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seemed convinced that Ray... that there... blah 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 blah. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But he just theorized. Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've captured Mr. Marshall. What do you mean, you think? It all happened so fast. I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. In a matter of just a few seconds, this guy was almost killed, but when there's a murder about to take place, I felt the decision is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, without Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stab the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him there. But they had received criminal affairs from this mysterious beast. And it was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I had seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in this room did you see him dancing? His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't possibly have existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what we cause her think that she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw that when that lightning crashed? Where is this Blue Badger already? The Blue Badger hadn't even been dreamed of when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked like the Blue Badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright? In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that a witness signed that instant? Please show us this mysterious Blue Badger look-alike. Wait, 3 horns. I see 2 horns. Oh. Wait, what? The jar is the bottom, so the hole goes right through. I wonder if it's really a jar or some kind of weird telescope. Hold on. The mysterious Blue Badger was in fact this. But that... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Hold on. I think I might be onto something here. This needs to be perfect. Let's try it like that. Well, is this a miracle or what? I think I did it. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. No, it can be. Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. After we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So the Badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Redworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then, please tell us, what's different now that we know the witness to this jar? Everything out of those 3 things. Allow me to take these in turn. I don't mind the murder. The witness at this jar. Not only that, but she saw it at a very specific angle. Knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on the shelves in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Nalaskai's desk. The witness testified herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lila Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gen's office. Are you implying the murderer removed the victim's body from Demon Gen's office to Lila Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through her hair. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact of one made when he knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have been hit? What would he have hit? Oh! The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the prosecutor's award. No, Mr. Wright, you can be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. That's right. What's the matter? If events took place as the events arises, but the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man who was carrying out the way was actually Prosecutor Marshall. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Oh! I never imagined her testimony will lead to this. So it was a witness to the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Guy, but given the circumstances, do not murder Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How did you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 3 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about him did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Hedgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you ought to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If you don't have evidence, we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work on this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Guy. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Somehow. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to take him back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister is a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Guy. Our purpose is not to accuse him of any crime. There is only one thing we seek: the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. Well, it's the jar again. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue pager from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it will. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood in this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were Hunt's lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. While the some were apparently wiped away, but blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these blood stains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. The murderer's name. Oh boy. Okay. So I have to face my Wii again. No. Okay. And there we go. Emma's name is here. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people! She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Sky. See, Murphy, can't say I didn't warn you. Where did you come from? Tivgant. Do you understand the implication of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Jorah was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the one who prosecuted the case, were you not? Yes, Murphy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Jordan really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We're on defenders of justice. What? We're really keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is not like matter. Even there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? We are sentencing someone to death. How can he stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! 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 The game of sponding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued. Man, this is one messed up trial. I'll see you next time on the continuation of Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Does this ever end soon? We've been at this for a while now, much longer than I expected.